This video is brought to you by Hisense. They have the Hisense U6 ULED TV, which is the ultimate big game TV. And Hisense has a 100-day, no regrets, money-back guarantee. I am part of the Hisense Turkey Bowl. Check out the Hisense USA Instagram account for more details, and thank you to Hisense. On Sunday, we had the Qatar Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton won. Max Verstappen got second. He also got fastest lap. And to round out the podium, Fernando Alonso got third for Alpine. It was an eventful race, but number one, I gotta say, I absolutely loved seeing Fernando Alonso on the podium. It's really, really cool. He came to Alpine trying to build something, and it really feels like that's what's going down at Alpine with Fernando Alonso. I think people don't realize how good Fernando Alonso is as a driver. Like, can you imagine if Fernando Alonso drove a Mercedes car? The battles we would have, the aggressive battles with Max Verstappen against Fernando Alonso, the way they would shut the door on each other and be aggressive and emotional and probably pull all kinds of stunts that you can't get away with, really. Max versus Fernando Alonso in equal cars would be unreal. I got that thought watching Turn 1, the way that Fernando Alonso, whether he knew Max was there or not, the way he closed the door on Max Verstappen. And both Red Bull driver Max Verstappen and Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas got grid penalties for not slowing down enough during yellow flags. As a result, Bottas started in 6th and Max started in 7th. Max Verstappen was able to overcome the grid penalty. He finished the race in 2nd place. Valtteri Bottas did not overcome the penalty. He started the race in 6th. After a bad start, he dropped all the way down to 11th place and then had a hard time passing Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda. Mercedes as a team was really, really unhappy with them. They were, as aggressively but also respectfully as they could, saying like, dude, you got to get going, Valtteri. And Mercedes is very, very frustrated with him. It's pretty clear they are excited to move forward with the new driver they have next year, George Russell. On lap 33, Bottas got a puncture. He was pushing his tires basically to their limit. He was on lap 33 with the medium tires, they're really only good for 33 laps. He had a puncture. He had to go basically around half of the track to try to make it back to the pits. Eventually, he had to retire on lap 51. We suspect a lot of that was damage from basically pulling his car along the bottom of the bottom of his car along the track for half a lap. And after Bottas got a puncture, there were actually a couple other punctures right behind him. George Russell got a puncture. Nicholas Latifi got a puncture. And that made all the other teams and drivers very, very cautious moving forward. Now, here are the standings in Formula One after Sunday. The driver standings look like this. Max Verstappen is in first with 351.5 points. In second, you got Lewis Hamilton with 343.5 points. Valtteri Bottas has 203 points in third, and Sergio Perez, the other Red Bull drivers, got 190 points in fourth place. In the team or constructor standings, you have Mercedes, which is narrowly ahead of Red Bull. Mercedes is in first place with 546.5 points. Red Bull is in second with 541.5 points. They are only 5 points apart of each other. Lewis won, but Valtteri Bottas did not finish. So with Max getting second and Sergio Perez getting fourth in Qatar, Red Bull actually gained a lot of ground on Mercedes. And it's very possible we see a world where Lewis Hamilton could win the individual drivers championship, but Red Bull could still very much win the constructors championship. Now, Ferrari is securely in third right now. They've got 297.5 points. McLaren is in fourth with 258 points. In the last two races, Ferrari has dominated McLaren, and in Qatar, Ferrari got 7th and 8th place for a total of 10 more points. Carlos Sainz got 7th, Charles Leclerc got 8th, and McLaren's drivers got 9th and 12th. Lando Norris got 9th place for, a grand total of 2 points. Meanwhile, Daniel Ricciardo got 0 points for finishing in 12th place. So Ferrari, I already thought, had a commanding lead over McLaren in the battle for third. They extended their lead even more over McLaren in Qatar. Now, Alpine pulled away from AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri and Alpine came into the race at Qatar tied 112 to 112. Now, Alpine is in 5th place right now with 137 points. AlphaTauri, unfortunately, did not get any points this weekend in Qatar. Fernando Alonso for Alpine got 3rd and 15 points for Alpine. Esteban Ocon got 5th place and 10 points for Alpine. So Alpine moved up 25 more points past AlphaTauri. And AlphaTauri both of their drivers did not get a points finish. Pierre Gasly was started so hopeful. In second place, he finished in 11th, and Yuki Tsunoda finished in 13th. So the battle between Alpine and AlphaTauri has almost entirely been neutralized. We'll see what happens in the final two races, but I would be shocked now if AlphaTauri found a way to move past Alpine and get 5th in Formula One. Now, as far as Max and Lewis goes, right now they're 8 points apart. And if Lewis wins the next race and gets fastest lap while Max got second, then Max and Lewis would be tied going into the final race. And look, I consider myself a Max Verstappen fan, but I am not comfortable or confident right now in Max's chances to win the F1 world title. Lewis has won 2 races in a row. Red Bull recently has not been able to respond well to the pace Mercedes has. And while I'm hopeful, I'd love to see Max Verstappen win a world title, I am not confident. And I worry that if it comes down to the final race, the experience and the maturity of Lewis Hamilton is going to give him an advantage, because I think Max is going to get desperate and do some kind of dumb move that's going to cost him big time in his chances for the world title. It's just been an amazing year in F1. Like, all around, I look at F1 and I'm like, wow, it's just been so much fun. Lewis is in the hunt right now, but regardless of what happens, we're going to get an amazing finish to this year in Formula One. Again, we could also see a finish here where Red Bull could win the Constructors' Championship, but Lewis might win the Drivers' title. So we'll see what happens, but Qatar was so much fun, and man, we got 2 races left. It's going to be amazing, the finish in Formula One, and I just hope you're enjoying Formula One as much as I am this year.